Hello, and welcome to this live stream on the Gujarat elections. Been wanting to do this for a few days, just to see what is happening in Gujarat. So, I don't like actively follow elections anymore, to be honest. Just surface level, whatever, uh, what is happening, some headlines, uh, whatever is in the news, whatever comes on my feed. That is what I look at. But I thought might as well take a little bit of a deep dive into this and see what is up in this state. Now, as you know, December 8th is the D Day. 1st and 5th is when the Gujarat state votes. And before that, there are a bunch of things that we need to talk about. And Gujarat is a very interesting state for multiple reasons. One is, of course, it's like the fortress of BJP, if you want to call it that. It is, well, for 27 years they have been in power in the state, and that's kind of nuts. And a large part of that was Narendra Modi's reign as the chief minister of Gujarat. And now it's we have come to a point where the Congress just keeps trying. They keep getting a vote share, but that never translates into seats. And now there is a third contender, which is the Aam Aadmi Party, and that is going to be very interesting. Now we are, I think, how many 2 weeks away from the actual election, and it's a good time to sort of start looking at this. Uh, I'm going to do like maybe a series of live streams after this on the Gujarat elections and what is happening. Think of this as the introductory live stream. What we'll be doing is that I have read up a little bit before this, but based on chat, based on what I think we should know, we are going to look at things abhi live and find out things and answer some questions that you might have. So yeah, that's what we are going to do. So yeah, 27 years it's been in power. 27 years, and it has been quite some time that they have ruled this fortress, ruled, governed, provided service for their service providers. So like they have provided service to the state of Gujarat for 27 years. And yeah, so that is what is going on. Oh, Tigmachu, hello. Red Crow, hello. Apurva Varshini, also hello. I'm just going to read some comments as well as we go along. Hopefully, AAP comes to power and starts the fall of BJP from India. One opinion that I have been hearing a lot. ANI has tweeted praising Modi and BJP. Can we look at that? I want to see what is this exactly. I haven't seen it. ANI. What was it? It is Modi's Gujarat, and we do not want anyone else other than BJP in this state. BJP does what we want. It listens to public needs, said a local at BJP's public rally. Okay. We have especially come from Rajasthan with friends to listen to PM Modi. Gujarat has good facilities, and I believe that BJP will be elected again, said local at public rally. Okay. This is ANI deletes the tweet which mentions a tourist from Rajasthan saying she's voting for Modi in Gujarat elections. I'm voting for PM Modi as I am voting for Vikas. A tourist from Rajasthan at PM Modi's rally. What? This, okay. Oh, क्या glorious pictures, man. glorious pictures, I tell you. मोदी जी के पिक्चर्स आर ऑलवेज ग्लोरियस. सॉरी, मेरा ये बीच में आ रहा है ना. लुक एट ग्लोरी. बट या, इंटरेस्टिंग. Red Crocro says Tate and Trump are back on Twitter. Okay. Yeah, that was going to happen. I saw the poll and, Elon bragging about that poll also, that, people rule, power to the people, whatever. Okay. Hasrat is asking, hey, if you have time, what are these servers prior to joining Mastodon? Which server are you on? Hasrat, I'll answer that later maybe. We are talking about the Gujarat election, so I would like to stick to that for now. I'll answer it though. Red Crocro says, did you see the news which says Modi has immunity from prosecution in USA? What if in the future, when he's no longer PM and goes to USA, he'll be stopped then? I believe that he was not allowed to go to the US before he became Prime Minister, if my memory serves me right. And then once he became Prime Minister, because he's head of state, they allowed him. So yeah, that is what I know. Thoughts on legalization of marijuana? Thanks, man. Like, that's a very out of the blue question. I think it should be legalized. Those are my thoughts. Yeah. That's about the chat. But yeah, so we are going to look at some Gujarat election states. Interestingly, the reason why Gujarat is interesting is, of course, 27 years. But the other thing is the voting percentage, etc., has been very fascinating there. If you look at the 2017 one, let me show you. So here is what happened, okay? Where is it? Am I looking at the right thing? Yeah, I'm looking at the right thing. So 99 seats were won by the Bharatiya Janata Party. That's a drop of 16 seats. And Congress had won 77, which is an increase of 16 seats. So basically, they just exchanged numbers. And BJP got 49.1% voting and voting percentage, and INC got 41.4. Now, it's clearly like these two parties which have been primarily been a choice of the voters in Gujarat. What will happen when a third person comes in, when a third party comes in? Where will the split happen? That is the big question. You know what? I feel like there is a high chance that Aam Aadmi Party will just end up splitting the vote of the Congress. So whatever seats they won earlier, they might actually lose, and therefore BJP might gain. I feel that is a possibility, but again, I'm not on the ground. I don't know, but we'll be trying to see people who are on the ground and what they feel. And of course, there are like some surveys that will come out in a few weeks, so we will talk about that also in a later episode. Let's not make predictions right now, but it's a possibility is all I'm saying. Then there is another possibility that maybe Congress votes will just completely shift to the Aam Aadmi Party, which has happened in Punjab and in Delhi before. And they will also take a portion of the BJP's vote. Then in that case, what happens? That is also a big question. Again, I don't know. Both scenarios are possible, or Aam Aadmi Party might just not get anything, right? Look at this one. It had 0.1% vote. They actually had lesser votes than Nota before in 2017. That's not a good number, to put it mildly. And if you look at the BJP's performance in 2019 general elections, of course, they got all 26 seats of the thing. And their vote percentage was ridiculous. It was, can you see it? I think you can, yeah. It was 62.2% vote percentage in 2019. So yeah, so when the elections happened in 2019 for the MP elections, which is the parliament elections, 62% voting percentage. So suffice to say that they are extremely strong in Gujarat, and that's why they've been in power for 27 long years. It's fascinating, and I'm very curious to see what happens when a third player comes in, which is Aam Aadmi Party. Now, the other thing we'll be doing is I'll be sort of taking you through the promises they've been making, like three parties. Again, based on news reports completely. But if you have any specific questions or things that you want me to look at, etc., please, chat is open. Go right ahead. We will just look at it. Sikh Mundus Creators Est, hello, says disappointed with app. They supposedly came to change politics, but they are saying stuffs like Goddess Lakshmi on currency, etc. Oh, that was a big news. Yes, I saw that. Where did it go? The was it that like an interview or something where just a second, where did let me show you. Yeah, this one. Arvind Kejriwal demands Lakshmi Ganesh images on currency notes to help economy. Okay. Delhi Chief Minister, he said that note should have Lakshmi and Ganesh printed on them. He gave the example of Indonesia. Even though it is a Muslim country with less than 2% Hindus, it had images of Lord Ganesh on its currency notes. And he said that the economy is not in good shape, so his solution is, ladies and gentlemen, put gods ka photos on notes. Goddess Lakshmi is considered the god of prosperity and Lord Ganesh is considered the god who ends difficulties. Today I am appealing to Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the center that our currency notes have image of Mahatma Gandhi on one side, it should remain, but there should be an image of Ganesh and Lakshmi on the other side. Okay. He said, Kejriwal said he felt that currency notes should have the images of two deities while performing Diwali Puja on Monday. Oh, he was performing Diwali Puja. I thought, how would you have images of Ganesh and Lakshmi performing Diwali Puja? Okay, sorry. Yeah. Kejriwal's Hindutva push is in line with the shift from his hardline secular positions and appears to have prompted to suit demands of the electoral field in Gujarat. So are you disappointed with Aam Aadmi Party? So here's how I look at it, right? This whole thing of soft Hindutva, again, I don't really know how to define that, but I'm just guessing it's just Hindutva, only not BJP Hindutva, but like a milder version of it. But look at it this way, right? So Aam Aadmi Party as a third entrant in this fray, the Gujarat fray, understands a few things. One is, of course, that the BJP has a lot of Hindu votes. That is actually one of the biggest masterstrokes of Narendra Modi, that he managed to bring all castes of various shades together and then turn this into like an umbrella Hindutva sort of thing. And then he managed to sort of appeal to them, and therefore you see the vote percentage now. The second thing I think he did very well is that there is a giant chunk of middle class Gujarati voters, which is genuinely his vote base. In the cities, in semi-urban areas, and tier 2 cities, they are his vote base. So if you want to target fence sitters, what do you do? Now there is hardcore Modi support group, which is BJP support group, which is again for multiple reasons, but one of them being the hard Hindu image that he has. Then there is another milder support group, which I would call it, which also considers things like, rozgar mil raha hai kya, ration mil raha hai kya, things like that. And because BJP might have ensured delivery for the last 27 years, they continue voting for him. Now with inflation, price rise, all of those things, unemployment, all of these coming in, that milder group is what maybe Aam Aadmi Party will try to appeal to. From the BJP side. So there is a chunk of BJP vote base, right? So that tiny portion which they can actually consider fence sitters, maybe they might be appealing to them. But they also want the Congress vote share. So the confusing image comes in where Congress का secular vote base भी चाहिए, but ये BJP का थोड़ा सा जो non-secular, थोड़ा सा sympathetic towards हिंदुत्व vote base है, वो भी चाहिए. Now the confusion for those messaging will come in from there. And these kind of things happen when that confusion exists. And there is a definite confusion that exists. Am I disappointed with AAP though? I look at this as a pure political strategy, but I'm also kind of weirded out by this move, particularly the one we are looking at right now. Because think about it. If you have like BJP, going rhetoric, Hindutva, Hindu pride, all of that. The solution should not be to go even righter than BJP. Okay, I'm using the term right very loosely, but more extreme than BJP here. It makes no sense to me, right? The thing, so when this was happening, I was tracking like Twitter, etc., whatever is happening. The thing is, Aam Aadmi Party supporters were actually having a lot of fun, because then BJP people had to come out and say that, yeah, actually we are a secular country and we can't do that. So the AAP supporters are like, haha, look at this, BJP is claiming that it is secular. So for a haha thing, if they did this, great strategy. You got BJP to say that it's secular. But does that make any sense is my question. Again, I don't know if voters will vote based on something like this, but there is a definite signaling exercise happening here. Red Crocro says none of the party is using Dholera issue, whether it's failure or success from their party's viewpoints. Dholera issue, right? So, एक second. The Dholera smart city, you mean, right? I can see some articles here. I haven't read up much on this, so I will have to read up a little more on this. The latest article that I can see is something on the Gati Shakti master plan, but I haven't really read up much on this, so we'll have to look at it. But as I said, I'll be doing more live streams on this. Next time I will read up more on Dholera and maybe I can have some views on that as well. Okay. Tigmanshu says, ever thought about doing a philosophy stream? Yeah, man, sure. I'm all up for it. Please suggest topics. I'm a big nerd when it comes to doing streams like that in philosophy. But you can actually check out ELI 10, my podcast. Wahan pe I will be actually doing like a lot of philosophy topics in that format. But of course, I can do more streams also. AK says, check out growth rate of Gujarat from 1980 to 1990, then 1990 to 2001, then after 2001. Growth rate matlab kya? You want me to look at the GDP? Statistics Times. What is this? On GDP, pole bound Gujarat and Himachal miles apart. Okay. Oh, okay. Cool. Uh, okay. Do you have any source that I can look at, AK, where I can basically look at what you are saying? It doesn't go back too much. While Gujarat is one of the, in 2021, the size of Himachal's real GDP decline of 5.2%. Okay. At constant prices of 2011 and 2012, size of Gujarat's GSDP was 20 was higher than the combined GDP of 15 states and union territories. Tamil Nadu has been the second highest on the list. Gujarat is the third. Interesting. Per capita. Gujarat progressed more during CM Amar Chaudhary than Modi. Oh, that is what you're saying. I'll have to look at the data going far back. If you have a source, I would love to look at that. But yeah. Okay, moving on until chat warms up a little more. I wanted to look at the promises that have been made in Gujarat, and there are some very interesting promises that have been doing the rounds. Let's start with Aam Aadmi Party. Okay. Now, Aam Aadmi Party. Okay, I'm looking at Deccan Herald just as a source. Deccan Herald has a good article on this. So, Aam Aadmi Party has been doing its thing. They have been promising a lot of free things. They're not free, we are paying for it. I don't like calling them freebies. Let's just call it welfare, please. So, they have promised a lot of welfare. Rebecca is saying, do you think Aap's kidnapping was I'll talk about that. That's a very fascinating story. I'll come to that. But promises first. What they have essentially promised is, of course, they want to replicate the Delhi model into Gujarat, which is they want to build more schools, they want to build more hospitals, etc. Improve healthcare and education. बच्चों के भविष्य के बारे में बात करते हैं. So that is what Aam Aadmi Party is doing. The other thing that they have promised is 300 units of free electricity. They also did this in Punjab. They're doing this in Delhi. That can prove to be a great driver for getting votes, actually. A lot of people in Delhi are very happy with their electricity bills, and that might translate to that had translated to Punjab, and now it might go to Gujarat, but don't know. They have promised free water supply to farmers and 3,000 to unemployed youth till they get an employment. Now, this is an interesting one. What is it called? Berozgari Bhatta or something. What they're promising is that because this is a big problem, unemployment is a big problem in India in general, but also in Gujarat. In Himachal Pradesh, that was very stark. So in Gujarat, if you have like a giant chunk of unemployed people, then you will give them 3,000 bucks till they get a job. The problem with that is, and I saw this in Goa, I saw this in Punjab as well, the definition of unemployment is always weird for Indians, right? Think about it this way, right? So, what does employment technically mean for a person? For a person who is coming out of college and going to do jobs, it means stability. It means enough money to be able to save a little bit, some stability there, so that you can buy houses, you can buy cars, you can essentially get like basic needs that all of us require. So that is what a job will entail, stability. Now the highest stable job right now is of course working with the government. So if you get a government service anywhere, so chandi ho gayi, because it ensures that A, you don't get fired and you stay there for a long time. The other thing that can ensure, but again not really ensure, but can actually give you a decent amount of essentially stability, is jobs that you get after doing your engineering. So the IT sector, in infrastructure, in engineering jobs essentially, but that has been reducing. What I saw was that even if a person is working, say in a nearby shop, or as a manager, or in like a sari shop or whatever it is, like they're doing some small odd jobs here and there to get whatever money, they still call themselves unemployed. They will say that I'm not employed and I want to get a job. So their current job, which is of course not stable, I'm not saying it's stable, there is a source of income there, but that never translates into them saying, yeah, for now I'm employed in this one particular place. That is where things get interesting when it comes to promises like this, right? How do you actually say a person is jobless? How do you say that they don't have any source of income, right? And does it make sense then for the government to step in and give like 3,000 rupees to unemployed youth? That is a big question. I don't know the answer to, but I just want you to think about that a little bit. Maybe, just maybe, this is not a good idea, because it would involve people trying to prove to the government that they are unemployed, and that will be tricky. And how do you know when a person gets employed? Will they do self-reporting? What will happen there? Is a government job the only thing that will count as being employed? Will a person who is getting 3,000 rupees a month just suddenly say ki ha, now I got employment, now I don't need this? That is a big question. I don't know how this policy can be executed. That is my big problem here. But yeah, it sounds great. As long as it sounds great, I guess. Then there is one more thing that they had said. Yeah, monthly allowance to of 1,000 rupees to all women above 18 age. Now this is better. I would say this counts as universal basic income. I mean, not exactly universal, but like now you know that, okay, above the age of 18, there are these many women, so we will give that much money per year, per month to women, right? That makes sense to me. That absolutely makes sense, because the execution of that policy also makes sense. It will not have any sort of conditions applied to it which involves self-reporting, if you know what I mean. That won't make sense to me. So yeah, these are the basic promises that AAP has made. They have also said something else. Cow politics. Yeah. So they basically also said that they will give 40 rupees per day to cattle farmers to take care of cows, and a shelter home for non-milching cattle. Okay then. 40 rupees, I don't know how they came up with that calculation, to be honest. 40 rupees per day, what will it entail? That would be an interesting question to sort of ask. Pension scheme, of course. Oh yeah, and they have also promised a fixed salary of 10,000 rupees per month for every sarpanch in Gujarat. That is the main promises. Okay, before you move on to the next one, let's read chat. Hello. Why people are even protesting against free stuff from the government? That's a fascinating sort of like a phenomenon, I would call it. Think about it. Yeah, this freebie stuff is just welfare, right? Yeah, let's just admit it's just welfare. So basically, taxpayer money being spent on a certain section of people who need it to essentially raise their standard of living or fulfill their basic needs, right? That includes ration, that includes a lot of other things, that includes scholarships, that includes now you can see, which is giving these allowances to women, or free electricity, which is another thing. Now when you look at welfare, you also have to think about what is the condition that you are applying that welfare in, the welfare policy in. For us as a country, welfare is what wins elections, hands down, right? The reason why BJP won in UP is because of welfare, because they ensured 500 rupees per month during pandemic in every bank account, because they ensured free supply of LPG. Also they ensured ration, so koi bhuka nahi mara basically. When I was in UP, that was one rhetoric that I got constantly, that during the pandemic BJP ne hamara khayal rakha, right? Which is through welfare, and that welfare still continues, by the way. So just that, if you flip it, not flip it, but if you expand that definition a little bit, is what I think Aam Aadmi Party is doing essentially. So it's like welfare plus. So on a Maslow's hierarchy scale, like your primary needs being food, shelter, clothing are met, then above that is education and healthcare. So education and healthcare is like freebies plus, right? And then I would include electricity also in that now. So what Aam Aadmi Party is doing is welfare plus. So that is what I think is kind of stumping a lot of existing political parties which think that welfare is just ration, ghar, all those things. But now Aam Aadmi Party is like, no. Education and whatever is also free. We will give everything free. Not everything. Again, we will give these things free also, which are also important for you to raise your standard of living. I don't think there is anything to criticize about that, to be honest. Yeah, we do spend a lot of money on welfare as a country which has a giant amount of people who are poor, and the government needs to make it more efficient, and BJP has managed to do that in one way. Now AAP is doing it in another way, which is education and health. So both of these combos are great, right? So center mein BJP, state mein AAP makes sense to me. Why not? So why are people protesting? I don't think people are protesting, to be honest. There are just some loudmouths which are essentially saying that, oh, welfare bad. But when you give welfare, it's great. But when other people are also giving different welfare, then it's bad. So that is what is happening here, pure and simple, right? The idea is that welfare is good. Taxpayers are funding the government to also provide welfare, so that it ensures that at least people don't die of hunger, and they have a roof on their heads, and they have education and healthcare. Yeah, it's important. We need to make sure that people are well fed so that they're able to look for jobs. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Hello, Pavneet. आपकी असेसमेंट से क्या लगता है आप कितने सीट्स लेके जाएगी गुजरात में? पवनीत, आई कांट मेक एनी प्रेडिक्शंस बिकॉज आई एम नॉट ऑन ग्राउंड, एंड इवन व्हेन आई वाज ऑन द ग्राउंड ड्यूरिंग covering elections in the last 2 years, I did not make predictions. I don't think it is possible unless you do like a giant survey. uh, there is an interesting episode I did on Yelai 10. You can watch it on exit polls. It will give you an idea of why making predictions is so difficult, even for them who have like a sample size of 7.5 lakh. It's difficult. So मैं यहाँ पे बैठ के कुछ नहीं बोल सकता बॉस. But as I said earlier, BJP had lost 16 seats in 2017, which went to the Congress. It would be interesting to see how much Aam Aadmi Party gains. That is what the general assessment of that is. 3.8 lakh crore spent on 5 kg ration scheme. Yes, AK, absolutely. And which is good. BJP was absent in UP in the pandemic as well. So that's the thing, that is the assumption I had gone in with during the elections, that people will be very pissed because there were literally bodies floating in the Ganga and like people were dying left, right, center. No. Actually, the people who survived, they were thankful to the BJP, saying we survived because of the BJP. That is what happened. And legit, I guess, because they were stuck inside the house without a job. So खाना आ रहा था, gas मिल रहा था, and ration scheme was expanded and delivery was ensured, plus bank में पैसा भी आ रहा था. So yeah, the one funny thing which I heard, kept hearing, is like, हाँ तो मोदी जी ने दिया ना, खाना दिया, गैस दिया, पैसा दिया बैंक में, अब क्या वो घर पे आके खाना बनाएंगे क्या बनाएंगे, क्या करना क्या चाहते हो, what do you want from Modi ji, what more do you want from Modi ji? So do not fall for that whole, which is a very Delhi thing, I guess, which is a very Twitter thing, I guess, which is that BJP was absent during the pandemic or whatever. It doesn't matter. They provided basic needs to people when they needed it. So yeah, healthcare was in shambles, sure, but people were dying, sure, but those who survived were grateful. That is the master stroke there. AK is saying, चलेगी झाड़ू, उड़ेगी धूल, ना बचेगा पंजा, ना बचेगा फूल. That's a nice slogan. Is that an official slogan? That's an interesting slogan. Okay, now moving on to other promises until chat warms up again. Okay, let's look at Congress. Yeah. Okay, Congress. Again, this is an article in Z Business, which I found. 10 points of what Congress is promising. Okay, so they are also sort of going a little bit of freebie way. They are promising 10 lakh jobs in government. Yeah. See this? Semi-government departments and departments. This is such a thakela thing to do now. I get very triggered whenever I see this. Whenever they're like, government job denge. Again, this is again the thing I spoke about, stability. What do Indians consider as the most stable thing? Of course, a government job. But can the government actually employ that many people? Nobody has those questions answers, right? Does the government actually need 10 lakh people to employ them in the government? Do they? A lot of governments are extremely big right now, state governments especially, and they don't need that many people. And as technology advances, other companies are also saying that, we will cut down on human resource and we will use technology to essentially grow. that is one of the big reasons why I think our government is also super slow in adopting any sort of technological innovation, because अरे नहीं, किसी 5 लोगों का जॉब चला जाएगा इसकी वजह से, एक्सेल यूज करेंगे तो कैसे होगा. I kid you not, I have seen this happen in in Sikkim, where this literal answer was given to me when I asked ki, for a party actually, which is maintaining like electoral rules and etc. Printouts पे printouts आए थे हमारे पास, like raw data के printouts, and I was like, इसको किसी ने Excel sheet में क्यों? Because it was literally a table made in Excel. Why don't you just get that data and like, नहीं, वो क्या है ना कि like 5 people actually are working on feeding this data into the system. I'm like, okay then, okay. I think the government functions essentially in a similar fashion, which is they employ a lot of people who might not exactly be necessary. And it is, I mean, promising something like this, I feel is not good. 10 lakh jobs, इसका हिसाब क्या है basically? और semi government departments, what does that mean? It's a bit ridiculous. I don't know about you, but I don't like this. Sure, free medical treatment up to 10 lakh, insurance good. LPG cylinder at 100 at 500, मतलब सब्सिडी देंगे LPG का, about 50% सब्सिडी I would assume. अभी क्या है प्राइस? 1100 something? Yeah, more than 50%. And 300 units of free electricity. Same promise as Aam Aadmi Party. So yeah, LPG and electricity. That's okay, I feel like. Again, they have also promised an unemployment allowance of 3,000 per month. Pension to Divyangs, okay. And loan waivers of 3 lakh fishermen. Now, again, they have promised jobs, plus they have promised an allowance that, again, Aam Aadmi Party maybe stopped at the allowance and didn't also promise government jobs. This, again, as I said earlier, this entire thing about giving unemployment bhatta makes no sense to me. From a policy execution perspective, shady as hell. Nope. Okay. Party plans to form a commission for the implementation of manifesto. Okay. New pension scheme. Okay. Fill 10 lakh vacant posts. वो तो हो गया. Okay. But wait, what is this? It's why are they repeating these 2 points? What is this Z business? Anyway, didn't they just repeat this point again? Okay. Congress will bring a special act and set up fast track courts to deal with corruption and irregularities in government. Okay. Special act, it seems. 65 lakh people they consulted before doing this. Interesting. Let's go to chat. Can you do something like Sansad Watch on this channel? It was a superb series. Oh yeah, I plan to. When the parliament resumes, I'm thinking I'll do live streams once in a while, talking about what is happening in parliament. And the good thing is, when I do that, I will be able to show it to you how I do it, so that even you can do it. Maybe, like follow along, look at the Lok Sabha website, Rajya Sabha website, whatever you want. Yeah, we can do that. I will do it. And will there be constructed videos? I'm still considering how to do those. I'm learning video editing, guys. It's hard. I've sort of understood how to do reels and edit my videos, but editing, on for a YouTube etc. video, that's a bit difficult to do. So I promise I'm trying my best. You will see something or the other happen soon on this channel related to Sansad Watch or Parliament or whatever. A lot of people have been asking me this. Oh, also ELI 10, we are launching another show on that channel, which is launching next week, tomorrow actually, called Page 10. Please tune into that. Wahan pe also I will be covering Parliament a little bit. So please look at it. Okay, then moving on to, I think, BJP's promises. Oh, one more thing I forgot to tell you. One more thing that the Congress has promised is they want to rename the Narendra Modi Stadium. That is another, apparently it's a part of their manifesto. So they want to rename the Narendra Modi Stadium with the Adani end and the Ambani end. Okay. Welcome to it. Absolutely. Please do that. Okay. Freebies or promises? BJP walks the tightrope in Gujarat. This is an article from November 13th on Deccan Herald. So, yeah, this is what I was coming to. So, BJP has attacked Aam Aadmi Party already, right? Calling the poll promises freebies and blaming it to be unethical. He said मुफ्त में रेवड़ी बांट कर वोट बटोरने का कल्चर आ रहा है, इससे देश के लोगों और युवाओं को सावधान रहना चाहिए. Yeah, no, I don't buy this at all. Rhetoric, this whole thing. Again, your government, which is the BJP government, across the board has won because of welfare. And you are actually cursing another party for doing the same welfare, actually welfare plus. So, no, just no. So, he has laid a foundation stone for development of projects worth around 22,000 crore. Okay. Government has announced its plans to give 2 free domestic cylinders to around 39 lakh gas connection holders. Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana. So they changed this Yojana, by the way. Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana was just supposed to be a scheme where you get a connection for free with 1 cylinder, I think. But overall, now they are saying that ठीक है, connection तो मिल गया, 1-2 महीना तो चल गया सिलेंडर, बट उसके बाद पीपल जस्ट डिडंट बाय सिलेंडर्स एनीमोर बिकॉज वहाँ का सब्सिडी भी चला गया. सो इट जस्ट बिकेम मोर एक्सपेंसिव and therefore people were not really buying more cylinders. So yeah, that became a problem. So now they're twisting it a little bit. They're twisting it, or like as we go along. I feel like by the end of 2024, if the current prices of cylinder keeps going up, which it probably will, then in that case you will see this Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana just become a subsidy scheme for LPG, like 6 cylinders free, whatever, by 2024. We'll see that happening. Shift of Vedanta Foxconn semiconductor project from Maharashtra to Gujarat. Oh, of course, that whole thing has happened where there is a big project, a semiconductor project by Vedanta and Foxconn, which was shifted from Maharashtra to Gujarat. There was this very fun interaction I was seeing. Nana Patekar was actually quizzing Devendra Fadnavis and Shinde, and this was raised, and then he's like, no, हम अभी देखना इससे बड़े प्रोजेक्ट्स आने वाले हैं महाराष्ट्र में. दिस हैपेंड बिकॉज ऑफ द प्रीवियस गवर्नमेंट. नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू फिक्स इट एंड वी आर गोइंग टू ब्रिंग मोर प्रोजेक्ट्स इनटू महाराष्ट्र. सो या, बट यहाँ पे इन द अदर स्टेट दे आर ब्रैगिंग अबाउट इट. ऑफ कोर्स दे आर. आई मीन लाइक, ओ लुक, बिग प्रोजेक्ट लेके आए महाराष्ट्र से इधर. या, सो I was looking for more stuff on what BJP has promised, but they've just given up on giving manifestos, it seems like. They're just like, क्या ही फर्क पड़ता है, क्या promise करना है. Don't need to give manifesto. Everybody votes for Modi ji anyway. Meghnad, why don't you do debate streams like Vimo? Yeah, I'll get callers soon. I'm just figuring out what to get the callers on. If you have any suggestion, I don't want to use StreamYard because I think OBS is smoother transition wise, so that I can do all of this, show things, play videos, adjust things, all of those things. I can even show chat, but chat दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, so I can do all of those things, but I do want to get callers. So what do I use? Essentially is the question, which will allow me to do like something similar to what StreamYard does, which is letting people in, out, जैसे भी हो सकता है. So yeah. Discord calls. But then that means I'll have to start a server again. I'm so tired of starting servers. I've already done 3. So, sure, that is maybe something that I can consider. Discord calls might be a interesting way to go about it. Google Meet भी कर सकते हैं, I think, but वो बहुत फिर ping करता रहेगा, like when people join. I'll see. Zoom is another option maybe. But I don't know. You guys tell me what is a good app to take calls other than StreamYard. So I will do it. I do want to do it. I'm just trying to figure out how to do it. Telegram groups also have a voice chat thing now. Oh, interesting. But does it work like a StreamYard? How does it work? I'll have to look at it. I'm not so sure. क्या देख रहे थे और हम I wanted to look at something else. Oh yeah, the kidnapping controversy. Who had asked me this question earlier? I forgot. Hasrat had asked, no, or someone had asked. Yeah, the kidnapping controversy. The fun. Just a second. Yeah. Okay. So, for people who do not have context about this story, let me tell you. So, there is this fellow called Kanchan Zariwala. Right, he was kidnapped apparently by the BJP. How it happened is that on 16th of November at around 11, Kejriwal put out a tweet saying that dude has been kidnapped. He is missing. See, this is the one. This is the tweet. If you can see it, I will make it big. Our candidate from Surat, Kanchan Zariwala, and his family is missing since yesterday. First, BJP tried to get his nomination rejected, but his nomination was accepted. Later, he was being pressurized to withdraw his nomination. Has he been kidnapped? What is happening? That is what happened. So then I think Raghav Chadha put out another tweet, which is at 12:47 around that time, that there was this happening. So that is the dude in the middle. Again, it's just like a lot of confusion, doesn't really tell you what is happening. Oh, हमारे कैंडिडेट को अगवा कर रहे हैं. Yeah, that's what it was. He said, watch how the police and BJP goons together dragged our Surat East candidate to the RO office, forcing him to withdraw his nomination. The term free and fair election has become a joke. So that is what Raghav Chadha said. Then at 12:33, ANI had put out this tweet. AAP candidate from Surat from Gujarat, Kanchan Zariwala, takes back his nomination after he was allegedly kidnapped last night. So this is what it is. So he just came out with 4 dudes surrounding him because why not? That's it. That was so. Look at this. Who is this? What are these mushtande around you? Like, just like security guards. Anyway, so that happened. So he just withdrew his nomination. Random. And then he put out a statement later, which I found very interesting. Let me just look it up again. Zariwala ANI, I think that is where it was put out. This is this one, right? So then he gave a reason for his withdrawal also, Mr. Kanchan Zariwala. Reason for withdrawing my nomination was that Aam Aadmi Party workers in Surat assembly started resigning. The workers started demanding money. I'm not capable enough to spend 80 lakh rupees to 1 crore. Okay. Their demand was so much that I couldn't fulfill it. Then he goes on. There was a lot of pressure from the party. People were harassing me by calling again and again. I went away with my son's friends. There was no one from the BJP. What I have to do, I will tell after 5-7 days. So yeah, that is what happened. That is the entire trajectory. Kidnapped, then says that no, मुझे को किसी ने kidnap नहीं किया. These people who you just saw, कहाँ गए वो? Where did it go? So these people are his son's friends clearly. He went away with his son's friends. Like, ooh, son's friends are so protective. It's so funny. It's very funny. Okay, it's very funny. First, what does it mean that he resigned because Aam Aadmi Party, workers started resigning? I'm still trying to make sense of it. Demanding money for what exactly? He's not elected yet, right? What was the thing? Like, what were they asking the money for? Okay, oh, if you want us to go campaign for you, then please give me 1 crore rupees. I'll be like, go away, bye. I'll find someone else who will do it like on a voluntary basis. I'm like, I don't know. It's a little bizarre. What do they want the money for exactly? And why is this guy actually entertaining such requests? But okay, maybe they were like doing extortion. For what exactly? No idea. Okay. So it might be his accusation is कि आम आदमी पार्टी का central wing is actually asking for money after giving him the ticket. Again, that makes no sense. If he said कि नहीं मैंने ticket देने से पहले मुझे पैसा देना पड़ा, whatever, still more believable. After, like, right one day before he can withdraw his nomination, he's like, oh, paisa मांग रहे. Weird, just saying, weird. So son's friend, you saw son's friends, they were fun friends. So yeah, they were harassing him by calling him again and again. Son's friends, I guess, were calling him again and again, and he's like, his family was missing, apparently, according to Aam Aadmi Party. So I can imagine why he did this. I can absolutely imagine why he did this. If my family got kidnapped while I was standing for elections, I'll be like, मेरे को नहीं करना है, नहीं करना है, बस हो गया मेरा. Absolutely, I'll be like, not worth it, man. इतना भी नहीं मेरे को देशभक्ति करना है. That is the advantage of not having a family when fighting elections. Yes, now you know why so many of our friendly politicians don't don't get married, I guess, or have a family, or no, they don't have anybody they care about. They're sad, lonely people because they're actually protecting potential people that they love, if that makes sense. Anyway, um, BJP is low-key Mexican cartel. Like, okay. Again, who knows? वो बीजेपी के लोग नहीं थे. Everybody says they're not BJP के लोग. We just saw 4 very giant people with this small man in the middle, his son's friends, just taking him out of the returning officer's office. तो कुछ भी मत बोलो, please. ऐसे फालतू के allegations नहीं करना मेरे stream पे. Aditya says, big fan, really like sarcastic reels on Instagram. Thank you so much, Aditya. You watch my reels. Guys, people watch my reels now. I am very happy that people watch my reels. मेहनत लगती है. He could have just contested without paying the... Exactly, right? Feral Mind, exactly what I was coming to. Like, he could have just contested without paying anyone. I mean, he already had a nomination accepted from the election commission, right? And he had campaigned to get that and get the ticket and did all the stuff. Just a day before he could withdraw his nomination, he did. And that is what happened. I need such sons friends. Yeah, I also need such sons friends, especially if I am standing for elections. Please, if ever I stand for elections, please send your sons friends to protect me and my family like Mr. Zariwala's did. Yeah, so that was one of the things that people wanted to know about with Gujarat. There are a few other random questions I think I had. Okay. Apurva asks, will Modi and Shah ever be criminally prosecuted for demonetization? You know what, Apurva, I've been thinking about this. Fun hone wala hai, right? Okay, I'll tell you how. So we are in a situation where there is this BJP juggernaut that has domination over all institutions, and everything goes, whatever they do is great, whatever other people do is bad. We know this. I mean, it's a fact now that everything that the BJP does is great, everything that any other party does is bad. But for how long is the question? Think about electoral bonds. Demonetization chhod do. Now, electoral bonds are this shady ass mechanism which basically lets you literally create money specifically for political parties to use. So, if you don't know what an electoral bond is, in a very simple way, it is essentially a piece of paper which you get when you go to SBI and you pay some money, right? White money, demand draft, check, whatever. 1 crore का तो उस पे 1 crore लिखा होगा with a serial number. Then you go to a political party and then you give it to them, right? Then the political party goes back to SBI with that piece of paper, gives it to them, and then that money is transferred to the party, right? What is this? What is this piece of paper? It's a currency. It's literally a currency which is only to be used by political parties in a fixed window of some 45 days a year or something. But that's ridiculous to me. Like, you are creating a special currency just for political parties? Are you serious? What? And that can be any denomination, like insane amounts of denomination. 10 crore ka hai kya? Kuch nahi. 1 crore ka, I think, like the highest one. So yeah, think about it, right? So so they did all of this to maintain anonymity, right? You know, it's like, oh, हमारे donors को तो बहुत harassment होता है. If you give check, then your name shows up, and then other parties start harassing our donors. So please, can we make them anonymous? That was the logic there. So what they did was they just put like SBI in the middle, and now you don't know who is giving money to who. You have no clue. Like the public, I'm talking about me and you. We have no clue who is giving money to who because SBI है बीच में. Does the SBI know? Yes, it does. Yes, it does though. SBI is a state-owned bank. So think about it. Like, again, allegedly, SBI might be sharing data with the government. Who knows? So it gives an undue advantage to one particular political party, which has a track of who gave money to who, but the other political parties are absolutely clueless. So it's a very weird situation there. Now think about what happens when BJP is not there. Again, if you are someone who believes that BJP is going to be there forever, congratulations. Live in that moment. Live in that moment and continue living in that moment forever. Okay, now bye. The second, the logical people who are here watching me right now, BJP will at some point wane. I don't know when. 15 years, 20 years. BJP is clearly now the default political party nationally of India, which Congress was at some point. Indira Gandhi was a peak moment for Congress, but then obviously they fell also because BJP took over, right? Now, this might be the peak of BJP and some other party will come and take over later, right? People don't live forever. What happens after that is what I was coming to. I want someone to basically take these electoral bonds and just make it into a public database. कोई तो SBI का होना चाहिए, कोई तो होना चाहिए वो government का आगे जाके when they are not in power, which will tell us who gave money to what party. That entire chitta should come out at some point. Some point in my lifetime is what I'm hoping. If that happens, fun things will start happening, which is one, all these events that we are seeing, Operation Lotus, TRS ka, did you see that video where some mushtande are promising like 10 crore rupees to some MLAs and they are like, हाँ हमने तो कितने 6 government गिराया अभी तक ऐसे, तो ले लो पैसा types, whatever, and it's like कुछ भी हो रहा है. And like गोवा में, Maharashtra में now, all of these things, it's like they don't even care anymore. They are like, हाँ Operation Lotus चल रहा है, which means that हाँ of course we are doing deals with MLAs who are from a different party, breaking them away, bringing them to us and forming the government. What's the big deal? Right? And on top of it, this is being sold as Chanakya Niti. Which is essentially a slap on the face of all the voters, is being sold as Chanakya Niti, and apparently we are supposed to be okay with it because winner takes all, doesn't matter kaise jeet rahe, kya kar rahe. All these boomers are basically just of the opinion that हाँ तो problem क्या है, लोगों ने खरीद, हाँ तो I mean what's your problem? They won ना, by hook or crook they won. Now they're in power, now they have to do work. So I hate that. I absolutely freakishly hate that whole rhetoric. I saw Shekhar Gupta episode before this, I think on Gujarat only or something I was seeing it on, where he gave this exact logic ki, doesn't matter, doesn't matter, like however you win. No, just no. That is an insult to democracy. That is an insult to the entire election process. It doesn't make sense to me. And the one single reason why this is happening is because of electoral bonds. Now, in Gujarat, in this election, whatever happens, the rhetoric that is floating around is like, matlab BJP, even if it gets like 3-4 more seats, or if it gets like 3-4 seats less, or 10 seats less, or 15 seats less, or 20 seats less, then fir bhi they will form the government. That is so ridiculous. Like, can you even imagine a situation we are in where uh, where a party that is not in majority, which clearly lost the elections, people are already assuming that हारने दो, whatever, like elections is a farce anyway. पैसा ही तो देना है, फिर गुवाहाटी लेके जाएंगे, फिर ये करेंगे वो करेंगे, and it was amazing, and and it is being justified, and the sole reason for that is that they are flush with money right now. The BJP is flush with money. If I can just pull up the stats for this. This is from August 20. Huh? Yeah, this one, let's look at this. Let me show you. Yeah, BJP got 75% of poll bonds sold, right? Amount party received, this is the BJP, right? Yeah. Bonds out of total. Okay, so in 2019-2020, they got 3,427 crores. In between 2017, wait. Oh, this is the total. I think this is the total till 2020. Again, we are in 2022. So the latest one, I'll have to find it. But the point being, that's not a small amount. 3,427 crore is not a small amount. If you're promising 10 crore per MLA, then it's like just, 342 MLAs just ऐसे ही खरीद लेंगे हम तो फिर. आमीन, just no brainer, एक साल का income, 342 MLAs wherever you want. If it's in like a smaller state, then it can be more expensive because supply, demand, whatever. If it's a bigger state, then of course cheap भी मिल जाएगा एक आधे MLA. So क्या ही फर्क पड़ता है, right? क्या ही फर्क पड़ता है? तो like, I mean, it's just like, करो ऑफर. Feral Mind is asking, how do we get money out of electoral funding? Money out of electoral funding? What do you mean? You mean you want, no, the thing we should do is transparency in electoral funding. That is what we should do. Again, political parties need money to run. They need money to function. They need money to campaign. They need all of the funds. But at the same time, as a citizen, I should know where that money is coming from. Just plain and simple, right? Just tell me. Plus, cash ban kar do. I don't want cash donations to happen, but then that just means automatically all the names are in checks or transfers or whatever it is. Make that record public. That's it. That's simple. Do it. I don't know why they don't do it. I mean, I know why they don't do it. But yeah, nobody will be able to do it, I feel like, for the next 2-3 decades, because everybody will conveniently use this special currency to just get funds. It's also great for industry and people who want to lobby to essentially use this one instrument to hide themselves and also get like side benefits. It makes sense, right? Contracts bhi mil jayenge, sab kuch ho jayega, and you don't get into trouble at all. So the thing you need to do is just pay a political party, buy some MLAs, whatever. The other thing we can do, which is a very radical idea, is that IPL style auction hi kar do fir. If you don't want to do elections anymore, sure, auction kar do. MLAs ka auction. Yeah, लाइक आईपीएल बहुत लाइव स्ट्रीम करेंगे उसको, ब्रॉडकास्टिंग राइट्स दे दो, स्पोर्ट्स चैनल को नहीं देना, दिस इज नॉट अ स्पोर्ट राइट, बट लाइक यू नो सेल ब्रॉडकास्टिंग राइट्स टू लाइक न्यूज चैनल्स देन, yeah, then exclusive auction of MLAs on Republic or whatever. बहुत sponsors आएंगे, we will also see, I would love to see something like that, because अभी तो I mean हमारे boomer uncles are all like, oh, whatever way you win, right? So then yeah, let's take it to the other extreme, which is just do like auctions, and you can buy political parties then. Amazing it will be, right? Companies will buy political parties openly, like IPL teams, and then they can buy players which are like MLAs and whatever. So जीतने के बाद या जीतने के पहले, however you want, like वो देखो तुम, मतलब जो करना है, जीतना क्या है, मतलब इलेक्शन तो होने वाला है नहीं, बस खरीदना है, you want to buy, so do it. I would love to see something like that, because clearly that is the way we are going anyway, so why were we even pretending anymore? Just take it to the logical extreme, and it can be a monetizable asset that way. गवर्नमेंट को बहुत पैसा मिलेगा उसमें से. ऑल द राइट्स दैट दे विल सेल फॉर स्पॉन्सरशिप, दे विल सेल राइट्स फॉर ब्रॉडकास्टिंग, होल्डिंग द इवेंट, ऑल ऑफ दोज थिंग्स. प्रेसिडेंशियल डिबेट भी घुसा दो उसमें कहीं तो भी. सो लाइक यू कैन प्रिटेंड लाइक टू प्लेयर्स आर जस्ट लाइक प्लेयर्स, two candidates are just like fighting with each other, उसके भी broadcasting rights sell कर दो. Amazing it will be. I want that. If properly conducted, elections can be power of money versus power of people. So there are a few places where this didn't work. The Operation Lotus business didn't work, which is one is I think West Bengal में शुभेंदु अधिकारी was who defected before, and वो Operation Lotus के under whatever. There was a quote that I think Shubhendu had given. Just a second, I want to read that to you, to just tell you the idea of, to give you the idea of how bad it has become. Is this the one? Just a second, I'm just looking. I was reading it somewhere. There's a quote I was reading earlier about Shubhendu Adhikari saying that now we are going to do this in Jharkhand. After Maharashtra, we are going to do this in Jharkhand, then Rajasthan, and then we will do it in West Bengal also. He's just very casual about it. I can't find it right now. Okay, I had read it somewhere. Maybe you can look it up and tell me. Yeah, so that's the deal. That was the giant outrage on electoral bonds and Operation Lotus that I had for you. Sachin is asking thoughts on Elon Musk. Oh yeah, so I did an entire stream earlier on Elon Musk and got like some very interesting responses for it. So what is the guy doing now? Last I remember, Twitter was dying. RIP Twitter was trending. There were like massive outages on Twitter as well. My tweets kept disappearing. It was very bizarre. So of course, like Elon Musk, like the guy he was going out and saying, largest, like all, like highest ever user activity on Twitter is being observed. The thing is, I was glued to Twitter because it was like a nice little accident I was watching. Like, whenever an accident, people stop and keep staring at it. That is what I was on Twitter for mostly that time. I think a lot of people must be as well. Like, giant amount of coverage he's getting anyway. People must be there कि चलो देखते हैं ये प्लेटफॉर्म का क्या होता है, अरे fun to watch the meltdown. So people were there. I was there too. And then I was tweeting, like, like I think last Friday or something. And like 4 of my tweets just randomly disappeared, and my replies were also disappearing. And I was like, what is happening? And then I looked at the outage report, and I was like, of course. He had apparently fired some major infrastructure engineers or something, which were like super important to the company, and then he locked out everyone from the system, and it is going to open tomorrow, the office. And he was apparently Platformer is this place where I'm following this whole development. They said that he was afraid that Twitter employees will sabotage him, so therefore paranoid behavior, etc. So he just like went like, छोड़ दिया. Will Elon fix Twitter? That's a big question now, which everyone is sort of asking. I'm not sure. Let's see. I'm losing my blue tick anyway. My follower count has been going down. And I'm not that active. I've deleted the app from my phone also. It's fine. I guess bye-bye, Twitter. If you are there, great. If you aren't there, also great. I haven't even bothered to archive my tweets, which initially, I think 2 weeks ago, I was thinking that I should archive it. Then I was like, why? Let it go. If it dies, it dies. Everything goes with it. Just, it's okay. Can you make a parody account of Elon and see if you get banned? No. I mean, I can't. No. Too much effort. Also, I don't think that's a good idea. People have done that, Sachin sir. What have people done? Oh, sorry. People have done Elon Musk parody accounts and got banned. Yeah, they have. There was this whole streak of people who, before Twitter Blue came in, they turned their names to like Elon Musk and Elon Musk inner monologue or whatever. And then when Twitter Blue came in, they couldn't change their names, so they got banned also. It was bizarre. This entire thing is so much fun to watch. So Feral Mind is saying he also stopped a lot of microservices that were backing up and doing background tasks and two-factor authentication. Oh, really? Okay, interesting. Thoughts on new CJI DY Chandrachud? I like him. I like the guy. But then, of course, people will be like, हाँ तू तो लिब्रांडू है, तेरे को तो अच्छा ही लगेगा because तेरे ही तो बिरादरी का आदमी है. So what are my thoughts? I like him. He seems like a great judge. Do you know we can now watch Supreme Court live? I sometimes go there and watch like a random Supreme Court hearings. Not this. Where is the Supreme Court, man? It was on NIC. NIC webcast. Supreme Court. Arey, what? Where did it go? Oh, live में होगा. हाँ, ये है live. Supreme Court. Yeah. This is how it looks like, guys. In case you haven't seen it, this is what our Supreme Court live stream looks like. It's justice, and it's insanely fascinating because
that it should be amended in such a way that they should not go scot-free. I can read these two, otherwise it was read by my learned senior counsel on the other side. I can read two. It happened. So both the application.
Then the question would be whether it can be considered separately.
Segregated in a case, what happens is, there's an order also here. If 319 is allowed,
no context what the case is,
some person
though.
other than the accused before him is also.
It's mostly extremely boring, must tell you. ये क्या हो गया यहाँ पे? Court 3 गया, then something came back, then still going on, other cases going on. But what I find fascinating when I first saw it, so I've never been to the Supreme Court, okay, and I have never seen it live. But I find this very fascinating. It's just like there there are like people standing behind them, counseling them constantly, and doing all the things. And it seems a little chaotic, doesn't it? It's I sometimes I just put it on as background noise and I just watch it to see no context mostly what is happening, who is talking, what is happening, nothing. But yeah, but the point being, I brought up this live because I have seen a few cases where Justice Chandrachud was there, and he so like if you have been following court proceedings, live tweeting on say like a live law or bar and bench or whatever, they're like one sentence questions which the justices ask, etc. But when you watch it, Chandrachud gives like some extreme speeches, man. He is fascinating to listen to, and yeah, I think it's a very interesting thing. I mean, I'd like to see what he. I mean, again, justices, lawyers, the judges specifically. Okay, let me frame this properly before I say something troublesome, and I get a contempt notice. Yeah. Now, justices, whenever they are in the court and when they are giving judgments, they are basing their judgment on interpretation that they have arrived of the law. Is it biased? Yes. Maybe. Depends. Again, it is very hard to sort of find a judgment which might seem unbiased, because I am one of those people who says that everything is biased. Are our judges biased towards one or the other? Yes. Does ideology affect their judgments? Maybe. It's not how can I put it carefully? It's not difficult to imagine a situation where you are trying to give a judgment and your ideology is telling you to look at previous precedents and laws, which might come in as a bias, and therefore the judgment can be biased. Maybe, just saying. Life experiences भी आते हैं कभी कभी उधर. So yeah. Supreme Court react streams. Let's go. Oh, you want to do a reaction? Okay, why not? कौन सा वाला देखना है बताओ? Guys, pick. Court 4, Court 3, Court 3, Court 3. Then this is 13 days ago. This is 2 weeks ago. This is 2 weeks ago. Are you missing News Laundry, Gujarat, ground reporting? And yeah, kind of. I mean, reporting on elections is fun all the time. I mean, it was fun. But also, no, I'm actually in a good place. Not really tracking the news anymore, or just like not really indulging in toxic politics anymore. It's giving me a lot of time to think about things. So, not really, but also yes, because of the traveling and the experiences, that is always fun. The toxicity that comes with it, not so much. Bolo kaun sa court? Court 3. Okay, I'm watching Court 3 2 weeks ago. What is happening?
The judgment they persuaded the court for a reference. In the unforeseen eventuality of a spillover, we will take it on Thursday, that is 3rd November 22.
That arose still because that time there was to be afternoon also some other session. Now when constitution benches are sitting, they are sitting through the day. So
We just wanted that to be.
we will. I don't think we will go to. Hopefully, we will not go to Thursday. We should be able to wind up between today and tomorrow.
So a lot of the stuff that you see in Supreme Court is this, which is them trying to figure out कि हाँ हमको extension चाहिए, हाँ हमको date चाहिए, हाँ so okay, so we will look at our calendar, okay this is the date that we're gonna, oh but wait, no, but we have a thing then, so then we will do this. So basically it's like them trying to decide when to do a meeting and put it on the calendar, and then everybody else is like, oh no, मेरा ये case है, मेरा वो case है, this is when I can come, this is when you cannot come, this is when you can do it, this is when the court is functional. So yeah, that happens a lot. This is probably what is happening here. I have no idea what the case is.
That understanding was because earlier, since morning, the three judges bench, reference bench used to sit.
Tariq pe Tariq. Apurva says Tariq pe Tariq.
Bench will also sit accordingly in terms of the Chief Justice.
I bow down.
Right now, he says the Constitution makes the day it sits, there will only be an alternative bench.
Not question. I raised this question so that other matters we can accordingly adjust. That was the only purpose.
In fact, the court master is asking, the other lawyers are asking. I said they should ask their colleagues how long the matter will go on. How can we say?
No, no. We were confused only on that half day full.
No, that arose because of this.
Understood. But I bowed down. But, my learned friend, my lord, would take, my lord, we have broadly, my lord, understood. My learned friend would take about 40 minutes, I asked him. Thereafter, my lord, Mr. Desai is to argue on a point which I am, my lord, respectfully urging has not been referred.
Can we find out what this case is also, guys? Can we just do that so that we have some context? So this happened on the 1st of November at about, what is the time though? So this is 14 minutes. Let's say morning time, and this is court number 3. Let's see. November 1st is very far off. Oof. Wait, what is that? I haven't used advanced search in a while for Twitter. कहाँ गया advanced search? Location, advanced search. Okay. Dates. November, day 1st, year 2022 to November. Replies from these accounts: Live Law India. Okay, search. Let's see. Oh god damn it, ये तुम लोग इसमें नीचे Municipal Corporation of Maharashtra will be dissolved. Bangalore Court. Supreme Court stops two-finger test. But that is a video, so I'm not sure if it happens then. Where are those live threads? Must be somewhere niche. They do it in the morning. Oh, yeah, here. Yes, this might be it. 3:47 p.m. Okay, maybe this might be it. So, Supreme Court to hear petition filed by Media One assailing Kerala High Court's order upholding the ban imposed on it by Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Is that what is happening? Maybe is the answer.
What is 197? What is the scope? Retrospectivity of Subramaniam Swami is referred, but that I'll point out when he starts. Thereafter, Mr. Datar, and thereafter my learned friend and me.
Actually, the lead matter is the appeal of the union, but I think they want us to start. The lead matter is the CBI's appeal matter, but then,
So I am happy with the judgment. They made,
Oh,
they
something
referred-
CBI.
persuaded the court for a reference.
yes, so I'm just saying.
I have no difficulty. Whoever,
In the CBI is filed an appeal.
yes.
Is it the CBI doesn't want to press the appeal?
No. The sequence is arranged. We were happy with Malad, the view taken. I'm not
Saying a view taken by this court in before the reference or
no. This the appeal is the judgment impugned in CBI's appeal is
You know, these hearings are always so full of context, it's not funny. If you feel like you would be someone who can just drop in and you can like understand what is happening, it doesn't happen that way. There is like a case history, then they talk about a lot of things, so it becomes super contextual, so it's very hard to tell.
before Subramaniam Swami. But my learned friend Mr. Datar persuaded the court to refer it to a larger bench, because according to him there are some issues. Otherwise, we are not saying that it applies prospectively. It doesn't apply retrospectively.
What happened was both these judgments came before the judgment of Dr. Subramanian Swami.
Subramaniam Swami?
Then we found out that there is a judgment of Transmission Corporation, which had raised the question that if an immunity was there, can that immunity be taken away retrospectively? So what is the scope of immunities given in criminal cases vis-a-vis Article 20? Unfortunately, the Electricity Act was amended, and that
Okay, no. Too hard to understand.
court declares law. If it feels that this law should be applicable prospectively, said that these rights evolve.
No, we need something better to react to, guys. I have made a decision. This is too contextual. I'll have to do like a proper stream of some case that is happening which we know and which we are interested in. This way it is very difficult to tell because I have no idea what is happening and I can't say much. Plus there is always a chance I might get a contempt notice now. बिकॉज मैंने लाइव स्ट्रीम दिखाया और मैंने कुछ कुछ चीज़ें बोला जस्टिस के बारे में सो आई hope you guys don't like cut it out and share it out of context or something. But yeah. Okay. What else is there? Please, if you have anything else to talk about, chat. I'm available. There was one more thing that someone had mentioned. Let me just find it. Oh yeah, Mastodon. Yes, Hasrat was asking. Sorry, you asked this question an hour ago, and I'll maybe try to answer it now. Okay, so if you are joining Mastodon, if you are one of those people who is like, Twitter is on fire, need to find place to go, like Twitter and chill, go to Mastodon. Okay, don't take it too seriously. Telling you this, don't be like, oh, now this is the only platform I will use, I will not use Twitter or whatever. I'm also on a wait and watch mode most of the time. Just that Twitter has always been very toxic for me, so it's nice to have like a good sort of a good bunch of people to talk to. So I went to Mastodon, and 4 years ago. So what you need to do is you just join. Find a server. They give you like a list of servers when you're joining. Just join whatever. For now, I'm on mastodon.social, which was the original server which they started. But you can find more. Just look up a few accounts, try to find out how to join those servers, etc. And just join. But the point is that you go to hashtag #MastIndia, MAST India, or whatever you want to call it. Say hi there, give your introduction, and start talking to people. And then use hashtags to find things. That is the only thing you do in Mastodon right now, and that is how it works. Forget about all the complicated things, the Fediverse, the whatever verse, and the instances or jo bhi hai. forget all that. Just join a server, start tooting as they call it, or start posting, and that is about it. That's what Mastodon is. Just you'll find out, like figure it out after it. Was unable to find Must India. Wait, can I show you? किधर गया? Yeah, so this is Must India. So yeah, a bunch of people are tweeting now. I think it's getting a lot more active also. You can see like new people joining, and it's like I think every hour there are like 2-3 people who are putting something or the other on there. What is this? Harsh Goenka says people are underestimating Elon Musk's genius, calls him ahead of his time, stating that there must be a method to his madness. Oh, I do not understand this whole worship culture that Elon Musk has, and I did a reel, okay, on Elon Musk, like making fun of Twitter Blue, and people till like yesterday there are like a few people who are Elon Musk fanboys who are like commenting and saying haha Janatu Librandu, you know, whatever, मतलब Indian Elon Musk fanboys जिनको बहुत दुख होता है, कुछ भी बोलो ना उनके लॉर्ड सेवियर के बारे में तो बहुत दुख होता है. Wonder where we saw it. You know where we saw it. It's bizarre. But yeah, this whole stan culture is very toxic. It's very dangerous. And Elon Musk has like a giant stan army following him, of course. And if he actively sort of encourages them to do it also. We are underestimating the genius of Elon Musk. There must be method to his madness. Whether it was Tesla, SpaceX, or Boring Company, he was ahead of his times. He surely has a game plan with Twitter, which he can't comprehend. Which we just can't comprehend. Oh, of course, he can. Let's give him time before we predict its death. I don't think Twitter will die immediately. Something will be left. A website with that many users can't just like poof disappear. It'll be there. Some version of it will be there. Whether we like it or not, that's the question. No? So the Twitter dying, when I say dying, I mean that the version of it that was there pre-Elon is already dead. So yeah, that is what I was going to. But also, he's not the founder of Tesla. You know that, right? He's not. Like, he basically sued a bunch of people also, saying who the real founders, and kicked them out, and then basically did the whole thing. The Boring Company, which makes holes underground, they just made like one tunnel. I think it was in Las Vegas, a tunnel which goes from one place to the other, but it was only for Teslas. Subway, metros. So I don't understand why people like also like worship him. Sure, he might be doing great things also, like, you know, Starlink and all those things and whatever, but also don't go to such an extent that whatever he touches turns into gold sort of situation. There are some good things that he does, maybe theek hai. There are some bad things that he does, so be reasonable. ये क्या है? मेघनाथ छोड़ दे ये सब मोह माया है. मेघवा कुछ नहीं रखा इस दुनिया में. ओके, बाल झड़ जाएंगे, नहीं ले इतनी टेंशन. नहीं रे, मैं कोई टेंशन नहीं ले रहा हूँ मसूद फारूकी. आई एम फाइन. मेरी बातों से मुंह ना मोड़. आजा मोक्ष की प्राप्ति पे ध्यान देते हैं. ओके मसूद फारूकी, थैंक्स मैन. That's interesting. But yeah, I was saying, doesn't make sense to me that there are so many stands. A week back, Elon Musk's mother also defended her billionaire son and urged his critics to stop being mean to him. Also, you know that Elon Musk comes from immense wealth, right? He had a father who dealt in emeralds, giant amount. Like he had private planes and shit. Huh? He had purebred horses to ride as a teenager. He comes from extreme wealth, and that too during apartheid South Africa, where he was the elite white person family who was, you know, like super prosperous. And then he came to like Stanford and basically made whatever he made. He didn't even start PayPal. He basically got it from someone else. He started something called X.com, as far as I remember. Yeah, there are many things. I've read a bunch on him, but a lot of things out there about Elon Musk are super doubtful. Please take everything that he says with a pinch of salt, a bucket of salt, I would say. Just kidding. Cheers man, cheers. Okay, there was another question that I again missed out. What is a collegium is one of the questions that came from Aman. Oh, now the collegium is one of the शिट डूड. इतना सोचना पड़ता है ना कि मेरे पे कंटेम्प्ट आ गया तो मैं क्या करूंगा टाइप्स. Collegium is a system where brother judges chooses the other brother judges, and I use brother very very consciously. It's like basically there is no real criteria of how judges are chosen except for whether you know people or you don't know people, or they are of a certain kind, they are of a certain caste, they are of a certain privileged background, and that is how elevations tend to happen. The government has no control over it. The court is the one that takes the call on what is to be, who is to be elevated or not, and it is an extremely incestuous system, I must say. It is not exactly ideal. Modi ji, the first thing he did when he came to power was he introduced this wonderful bill. Just a second. Commission. Was it 2014 or 2015? 2014, right? Yeah, that's the one. So if you are interested now, I will show you this. Just watch this one, right? So there is PRS Legislative. If you don't know this website, it's called PRSindia.org. Just look for the National Judicial Appointments Commission Bill 2014. Okay, it was introduced in August 2014. Like this was literally one of the first pieces of legislation that the new BJP government had brought in. And what they had suggested is that there would be a National Judicial Appointments Commission, which would have which would basically recommend appointment of Chief Justice of India and other judges of the Supreme Court and High Courts. And it would, as far as I remember, it would have 3 कहाँ गया? Veto power of members. Member कहाँ गया? I'll have to look for this. Vacancy arises. Wait, the members. I need to look up the members. Where was it? Anyway, it's just so far ago, so long ago. I had done like an entire speech on this, but I forgot. But the point being that they wanted the parliament to also have some sort of control over the appointment of judges. So they had made this National Judicial Appointment Commission. And the funny thing is they had to amend the constitution, as far as I remember, for to make this happen. And they did. And then the judges said that it is unconstitutional. So basically, I think the courts rejected it. A little vague on this a bit. Unconstitutional. Oh. Yeah. ये क्या है? टेस्ट बुक नहीं चाहिए मुझे. Yeah. Supreme Court declares National Judicial Appointments Commission Act unconstitutional. They instead said that they will make more reforms to the collegium system and make it more transparent and accountable. Yet to see what happened there. Decision was given by 4-1 by 5-judge bench. It was to have this is what it was. The law minister and 2 eminent persons, along with 3 senior most judges of the Supreme Court, including Chief Justice of India. So essentially, it would be like a 6-person committee with 3 and 3. So there will be 1 law minister and 2 eminent personalities, which would have like government people, etc. And 3 people from the Supreme Court and Chief Justices. And all of them together would essentially decide who is going to be appointed or not, right? So that is what this bill was, and it was called unconstitutional, and the court was like, no, we will handle the appointments. You politicians keep away. You cannot tell us who can be elevated and who can't be elevated because many reasons. But yeah, unconstitutional. So that's what happened with the National Judicial Appointment Committee. It was a direct challenge to the collegium. And the court decided to keep it status quo because it is great for them. They had said that, it would destroy judicial independence and a lot of reasons. I personally felt that it was a good move, but then it's just me. Oh, so a Feral Mind is saying about Elon Musk. That story about Emerald Mine was not completely true. The mine ran out of emeralds like 50 years ago. His dad wasn't that rich. Okay. Cool. Sure, I can look it up again. There was also a story that he had an emerald stone on him, which he sold for $2,000 to fund his business. There are many stories, Feral Mind. Sure, maybe yours is correct, mine is wrong. Two eminent men from Nagpur. Yeah. Okay, friends, I think this is where we end the live stream. But what I think we can do, I also wanted to do some game streams, maybe later. I've been playing this very fun game called Rift Breaker. If you haven't seen it, let me just. Yeah, this is This is the game I have been playing recently, Rift Breaker. So I might stream it maybe later tonight. If you are around, please come. I've been wanting to do game streams for a while, and yeah, we can continue talking then. I have basically nothing to do today, so I can be doing whatever I want. It's a very fun game. It's a top-down game of this mech that you are in, and you have to like colonize planets, and it's very fun. It's very actiony, and I'm having a lot of fun playing it. So I will probably stream this. Probably. We'll see. Yeah, so if you are around, please come, please subscribe to this channel, please like it. It's nice. And today I can see there are a lot more people than that there were last time. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new to this stream, please leave comments and suggestions in the comments below about what all I can stream and what all topics you want to talk about. So a few suggestions where I should do philosophy streams. Sure, I don't mind. I am mostly thinking of doing more current affairs, etc., and parliament and policy and all those things. But of course, we can do whatever. This is my channel. I can do whatever I want. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.